So this is a little bit of a back to front video. We've actually been to the track and I forgot to record an intro, and I actually left the video on part of the day right until the last minute when I was knackered, tired, and it was all about using the Pentax SMC A 70-210 manual lens. I wanted to see what I could get from that lens shooting action. And as you'll see in the upcoming clip, it was dusty, the conditions were harsh, but I was really surprised at what I was able to get with that lens. And yeah, the conditions, like I say, were dusty. It was really warm, absolute contrast to what it is today. Look at this, it's snowing. Snow. It's crazy weather at the moment, so yeah, as I say, I'm going to get into the video now and let me know what you think, because I'm pretty impressed with the Pentax SMC A 70-210 for action. Who would have thought that a manual lens? Yeah, let's blabber and let's get to the video. So this is going to be something a little bit different. We're at the track again. We're at a new track today. It's like a natural terrain type of circuit. There's not too many jumps on it, so we're not going to be doing too much of that. As you can see, it's pretty dusty. Like, good job we've got a Pentax, isn't it? So what's happened is I've already been round here today with me the K3 and the 55-300 PLM. I've got the shots that hopefully some people are going to buy later on when I get back in and upload them. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the K3 Mark II, but with a manual lens, a Pentax SMC, Pentax A 70-210 f4. And what we're going to do is we're going to see if we can actually get some usable images like people would have done back in the day, and put our photography skills to the test with a manual lens. I just use this usually casually, and I'm just thinking of it as the same here. If we get some images that I can sell, then by all means they'll be going up, but it's just going to be interesting. I thought it'd be something a little bit different, and we'll see what we can get. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try it in catch and focus, and on this lens it's a push and pull to zoom. 70 at the far end, you push it out, pull it back, I believe. Yep, and you go to, yeah, 210 when you pull it back. And to focus, obviously, you're doing that. So I'm going to try catch and focus, and then I'm going to try some normal manual focus. And we'll just see how we get on. Should be fun. Something a little bit different. So what I'll do is, I'll put the GoPro over the other side of the track here. So you can see what's going on. And this is going to get dusty, I'll just warn you now. It's drying out the track today. We're going to see how this works. Safety first. So we're right in the dust storm. Maximum compression, so we want 210 f4. I'll station myself around here. I don't know if you can actually see me there. First shot, completely out of focus. I think we're not at 210, we're going to be somewhere 120 roundabout. And what I'm doing is I've held the back button focus down, I've got my finger on the shutter button, and I'm just waiting for the ride to swing. With this though, you have to, the way you have to do it is you have to have the focus point in the middle of the lens. We're not seeing anything there. That might be a little bit better. Hopefully no riders fly over the berm and wreck the GoPro. These are the conditions. Well, I've got a sharp image, but I'm not sure that the composition's horrible because I'm having to put the rider in the middle of the frame to get catch and focus. So I'm just going to try and manually focus now. This is absolutely ridiculous. Hopefully that was a decent shot. Oh yes, I think we got a decent shot. Happy days. What was that at? Again, what about 120? 120 mil. 1/1600th of a second. ISO 200 it's looking like when the rider's coming through. And F4. After these riders, I think that's it. Like, we've had a full go around. I'm pretty hungry now, so I don't know how much more dust I can take. What you have to put yourself through, as a photographer. Right, that's me. We'll see how that turns out when we get back. Hopefully, the images are in focus. If not, at least we tried. The GoPro's covered in dust, I'm covered in dust, the camera's covered in dust. It's dust. Carnage, absolute carnage. But what would you rather be doing on the Sunday? Would you rather be in the pub? Well, I probably would actually, but we're at the track. And I think, yeah, hopefully, like I say, hopefully we caught some image there what actually in focus. I just wanted to try it out, a little bit of fun. I'll leave a link up next to autofocus settings video for me K3, K3-2, or just overall how to shoot spots with Pentax and action. That'll be up next. Check that one out for stuff like this. And I'll see you in the next video. I'm out. Okay, so as you can see here, these are the shots that I got with the Pentax K3 Mark II and the Pentax 70-210 f4 manual lens. This is the A series lens. As I said in the video, I used catch and focus
and then I moved over to just manually focusing the lens. You can see there, A series lens, Pentax K3 Mark II. So we'll head over into the develop module now, and as you can see, 14 shots. I thought I got about 20. I may have culled some, I'm not sure. It's been a couple of days, like I said at the start of the video, since I was at the track. As you can see, this first one is it's out of focus. There's a lot of purple fringing around the rider, as to be expected with an old lens like this. And I've already put my quick edit on for batch processing. That's how the image came out of camera, and that's how it looks now. And the same for all these. Again, that one's out of focus, and that's the conditions that we were working in. It was pretty brutal, to be honest. It's one of the dustiest track days I've been to so far, but it does make for good photography. See, this is where I started nailing focus. It was like 4th, 5th shot, whatever it was. It's not too bad. For that old of a manual lens, it surprised me, put it that way, with some of the shots. Now that one's definitely a bit better. Again, you can see there's purple fringing, but for the most part, you know, f4 this is at, so it's wide open. It's going to be a bit soft, and this is at 100%. And have I cropped this? No, I haven't cropped that one. As you can see, the rider's centered in the frame because I was using catch and focus at this point. So there's no other option, because it only uses the center focus point when you use catch and focus. This image, I love this. It's that's how it came out of camera, and that's just a slight edit that I put on it. But as you can see, this one's cropped in pretty far. Now, pretty old Pentax K3 Mark II sensor is not too bad, to be honest. It's pretty good in my opinion. You can see it's separated, nice bit of separation there, out of focus stuff. The wheel's just starting to go out of focus. So, you know, this is just, it's made me think about that lens that Pentax offer, which is a rebadged Tamron, the new version of the 70-210 f4, which is autofocus and it's weather sealed and all that, and it's internal focusing, so there's no, you know, I don't have to put carrier bags on the lens to stop the dust getting in there, because I'm presuming that will help. Again, another nice shot. That's how it came out camera. That's how it's looking there. This one, I really like this one. This was actually the first image that a rider bought from the whole weekend. So he bought this over the PLM, over the PLM images. A few more, again, nailed focus on this one. Out of focus, in focus. And at this point I was just fed up. I just wanted to get out of there. I was starving, covered in dust, and we went home. So yeah, let me know what you think of those images. I was pretty surprised with them. I think that's the first time I've been to the track with that lens, and it surprised me, you know, what you can get from a really old vintage lens. But if anyone's wanting to know a little bit more about how to focus, how to use autofocus and setting up your camera, Pentax camera, for shooting action sports, then I'll leave a link to a video up next where I will talk you through that briefly and show you a couple of the techniques and tips that I use. So make sure you watch that video next, and until next time, I'm out.